Hey everybody, Josie here, and I'm here at the movie theaters. I'm about to watch the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Um, Before I go in, as I like to do with these reviews, I like to give pretty much my expectations and what I'm expecting or looking forward to a movie before I go watch it. And with this one, I'm not sure, man. The trailers did not sell me this movie. It's like, I don't know. I'm kind of over the pirates, but I figure I might as well give it a shot. Might have something to enjoy, but who knows? The last movie, Stranger Tides. I know a lot of people did not like it, and they say it was really terrible. I actually did not mind it that much. I thought it was a very unnecessary movie. I just saw it recently as well, but I thought it was very unnecessary. It did not advance the plot or the story at all, or these characters. So it just comes to show you that certain characters like Jack Sparrow, who are like the comedy relief, should just stay as comedy relief. When you put them at the forefront, they kind of become annoying, and that's what happened throughout this franchise. He was pretty cool in the first movie, right? Then the second one, the third, and he just becomes the forefront and just becomes annoying. So I'm hoping uh, they focus more on the overall cast and maybe that will balance his character out a bit and make him enjoyable as opposed to annoying. So here's hoping, right? And I'll let you guys know what I think about it. Okay, so I just got out the movie, and it's a decent movie. That's pretty much what I'm gonna go on. It's nice to see most of the old crew back. Through this whole series, I've always been a huge fan of Jeffrey Rush as Captain Barbossa. That's always been like my favorite character. Uh, Mostly just because the dialogue he has, the way he delivers it, it's just I think he's really gets into that character, and that's always been my favorite character. So I think he shines in this one again. He's always been the highlight for me, at least. And they do a lot more with him. Jack Sparrow, since it starts off, uh, and when the movie starts, you know, I had the feeling I was gonna hate it just because the beginning is bad. It's really terrible in my opinion, but it does get a little bit better and it does hit its stride as it moves along. And once all the characters are in play, Jack Sparrow kind of shares the screen with some of the other characters, and that makes the movie a little bit better because, like I've said previously, he becomes very grating the more he's on screen. The more screen time he has. He's still in here a lot and way more than I would like, but he's kind of the main star, so I guess he has to be, but he kind of brings it down for me. The two new characters, while they're not, sorry about that, while they're not terrible, I don't think they're all that interesting, and they're dynamic together. I don't know. I don't think they have that much on-screen chemistry, but they're not terrible, so they don't bring down the film. Um, Javier Bardem as Captain Salazar. When I was watching the trailers, I did not like him all that much, but once he appears in the movie, I don't know. I think he's pretty cool. I like the design of him and his ghostly crew. When we first saw them, I thought it was just a repeat of the first movie, Curse of the Black Pearl, because that crew had they became kind of like skeletons when they're exposed to the moonlight, and when I first saw the first trailer, it looked to me a lot like that. But no, in this movie, they're mostly ghosts as opposed to skeletons, and it's pretty cool because I don't even know how to describe it, but you got like pieces of their heads missing, or maybe like their arms missing, but their hand is just like floating there where their arm should be, and I think that's pretty cool. It looks like I don't know if you ever had like Microsoft Paint and you draw like a stick figure and then you erase the arm, but his hand is still there. That's kind of how it was. I thought that was cool, the design. There was this one set piece where you had like the zombie sharks, and I don't like that set piece all that much because I thought it was just too over the top, and just makes it seem how that they get through everything based on luck as opposed to skill, which it's kind of always been Jack Sparrow's thing, where he's just extremely lucky. But I don't know, it gets old, and you gotta suspend your disbelief a whole lot. But I guess that's the point to his character. But it's just getting annoying to me how he's just um, surviving these situations just on mere luck. So the story itself, it's a pretty simple plot. You know, there's this legend. They gotta try and find this certain thing, this MacGuffin, and in this movie, it's Trident of Poseidon, and it supposedly gives you the power of this to control the power of the sea, or to break a curse, or they're never really clear on exactly what it does up until the end, where they kind of had to wrap the movie up. So that whole thing with the Poseidon, I don't know. I don't think they handled that thing perfectly, but I think it was better than the whole thing of Stranger Tides with the I don't know, with the what was it, the Fountain of Youth or whatever. I thought this was a little bit better than that. Yeah. So overall, I think this is a decent movie. It's better than what the other sequels have been. Definitely better than Stranger Tides, and probably I would say better than what was the third one, At World's End, because that one just got way too convoluted and just way over the top. This one, while it had this over the top moments, I think they've learned to keep the story more condensed. My main gripe with the movie, and it's been an issue with me through all three of the movies, or four, I guess. What is this, five? Oh, geez, it's five movies now. Yeah, well, my main issue is like, so you have the crew, the pirates, then you always have the villain, and then you always have the British Navy just there. And in the other movies, they just didn't fit. And in this one, it's even worse. They're just there, and it's like, why are you guys here? Why is this a thing? And then at the end, they kind of just get rid of them, and it's like, what's the point of them, And it's just like, I think they should just focus on the crew and then your villain. You don't need the Navy. You don't need to have them there all the time. So that's my main issue with this movie. Other than that, I'd say it's a good movie. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it if you're a fan of the Pirates movie. I think the Pirates movies you're gonna love. You're gonna love, I want, well, not love, but you're gonna enjoy this as well, as it's. I think it's a step in the right direction. I feel like if they do decide to do more movies, I think people could follow them. I think they set the groundwork for future movies, future installments, and yeah, I guess this franchise isn't dead. I think it has legs to continue, and hopefully, if they do make another one, I want the old crew back. Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley. If they can get him back to another movie, that'd be pretty great. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I think it's enjoyable. It's not perfect. It's very flawed, but it's not terrible. And like I said, you like the Pirates movie, you're gonna enjoy this. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.